Andrew here. So, a little bit of a public service announcement. Um, there's been a lull with the issues surrounding kratom federally. There's been a few states that have introduced some bills to ban kratom. One of the big issues going on, though, at a federal level, is we're struggling to gain a lot of support with political figures for the simple reason that a lot of the products out there may not be getting tested properly for contaminants. So one of the big things we need to be really looking at right now, and this is strictly from a consumer standpoint, is are the products you're taking, the kratom you're taking, as safe as they can be for you? Are the products being tested for E. coli? Are the products being tested for molds and yeast? Are the products being tested for heavy metals? If they are, if your vendor, your local store where you're buying your kratom at, if they're telling you they're testing this stuff, then ask them for to see the test results. This is not something where they can say, "Oh, well, this is proprietary information," or "Oh, the labs don't provide those publicly," because that's complete and utter horseshit. It, this is something we should be demanding, because this is something that's expected from any dietary supplement on the market. You have the right as a consumer to ask what's in the product. Now when they come along and say, well, it's not for human consumption, well, then you probably shouldn't be buying it to consume it. And if that's the claim being made by a vendor, that they won't test it because it can't be marketed for human consumption, obviously they're either telling you a story, or they just refuse to put the money into batch testing of these supplements. And that's part of why these dietary supplement trade groups are trying to see kratom banned, because there is no even voluntary compliance with GMP, which good manufacturing process, good anyway, GMP standards for their products. It's, how many people have bought kratom that's come in a sandwich bag? Do you find that that's the safest alternative for you? We as consumers should be demanding to see these tests. This shouldn't be an issue of being kept in the dark. This shouldn't be an issue of us accepting the comment of, well, just trust me, from anyone selling you this product. This is you want to be safe. We want you to be safe. So at the end of the day, it's time to start demanding better practices and standards from the people you're buying your kratom from. And if you have a hard time asking them about this, send them this video. I don't have any problem with them being angry with me because I'm saying that they need to be testing their products. I have no problem with anyone having an issue with me saying that there needs to be better standards and practices around the kratom industry, because it's true. There's just no hiding this. There's no skirting this situation. We need better standards. We need practices just like any other supplement that's out there on the market. And before somebody says, well, this isn't being marketed as a supplement, you're right, but the problem is the FDA views it as a dietary supplement the way it's being imported and sold. So you can't then just claim, make up some other reason why this can't be tested. There is companies out there that are testing this, There's going to start being some lists going around showing companies that are willing to be compliant and make sure that their products are meeting and hopefully exceeding dietary supplement standards, because this is your health, this is my health we're talking about, and that's just, it's not going to fly anymore. This is how it's got to be. As always, this isn't over.